Today at shopdap.com, we're going to show you how to turn off electronic stability control and traction control so you can do burnouts. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is using OBDeleven to disengage ESC and traction control on this car. What you're going to see in this is going to be two different things. First of all, let's start with this. This is a Mark 7 Sport Wagon. This car is going to have a slightly different setup than some of the other cars. Most of you probably have GTIs, Golf Rs, something like that. This car does not have an ESC button. If you do not have an ESC button like this car, not all hope is lost, because you can do so through the adjustments through the infotainment unit. So that's part of this process, is going to allow you to do that. So what we're going to be doing is disabling or showing you how to change the ESC settings. Now, what ESC is, electronic stability control. This is something that if you were on a track, when we were on the track with the all track, we didn't disengage this before we had gone, and Max was complaining that the ESC and traction control was kicking in and screwing up his ability to drive the car properly.
Traction control is still on, it's so annoying. It doesn't want to. Ah! This traction control sucks so much.
Now, what we're also going to be talking about is some of the vibration reduction stuff within the ABS control unit. That is something that is going to allow you to do burnouts, or shouldn't stop you from doing burnouts if you disengage that. So these are two different things we're showing in this video, and both of those things are useful for their own thing. Oh yeah, buy an OBDeleven from us. Linked in the description below, shopdap.com. Yeah. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we have the key on, and we have our OBDeleven plugged in under our dashboard. We are now in our app, and you can see we have profile, vehicle, home, apps. We're gonna click on apps here, and on the top it goes across adjustments, retrofits, workshop. We're going to adjustments, and then we're gonna scroll down. There's a bunch of them that may or may not apply to your vehicle, and we get down to this one that says ESC off permanently. So we're gonna go here, and you can see there's some details about it. Some of that actually turn it off completely. The other ones are going to just give you the activation or deactivation to change the settings in the head unit of the vehicle if you don't have an ESC button in the car already. So if that is the case, then you can just use the ESC button to turn it on and off, and you can help with the implementation of this to change some stuff. So we're gonna go to change value, and then you're gonna see all the list of everything that is available here. Now, the difference that you see is you have ASR and ESC. ASR is anti-slip regulation, ESC is electronic stability control. It's important to remember that turning off these things, especially electronic stability control, is going to change the dynamic that your car is going to have in the event of, let's say, a skid under a turn or anything like that. So that electronic stability control does help you stay on the road in those circumstances. So turning it off is something that, yes, while you'll be able to do burnouts and have not issues where it'll pull throttle on you, you also are going to be turning it off for other circumstances. So my advice would be is to not turn it off completely, but give you the ability to actually turn it and keep it in sport mode, and then have the ability to turn it off with the button. So that would be my recommendation. Everybody can kind of choose their own thing. So I'm going to select ESC Sport and ESC off, so that we can take a look what that looks like, and we're going to do that. And this is a 10 credit app, so which pretty much you're going to have for free anyway. And then let's go into our vehicle. But important note, you have to disengage an additional thing to make this thing actually disengage properly. So we're going to go into the vehicle, and then we're going to go into our list of control modules. Then we're going to go to brakes. Once we hit brakes, we're going to go down to adaptation, and then we're going to scroll down to starting vibration reduction. Now this is intended for wheel slipping and that type of stuff when you're getting off the line. So this is intended to make the car more comfortable and drivable, and you can see it's set at strong currently. You can change it to normal, and you can test it, maybe try to launch it or whatever, or you can just deactivate it and deactivate it for torque limitation as well, and then slide that. Now, if you don't do that, you will probably still have circumstances, especially when you're jumping off the line, that your car is going to be engaging some sort of traction control when you're trying to do that. So now that that's done, let's take a look at our head unit. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is go to car, and then you hit setup, and right at the top you're going to see ESC activated or deactivated. Just so you know, you will get an error if you don't cycle your key, turn it on and off. you're going to get an error message here, and it's going to tell you you're not able to change it. And you can see the options here. So we have ESC activated, ESC Sport, and ESC off. This is great because you can have all the options you want. You can just turn it to Sport, and you'll still have some stability control, and it's not going to be very aggressive into how it engages. And then you can turn it off altogether if you want to do some wild stuff. Now you're ready to get wild. Well, that was an impressive stock 1.8T burnout you just saw there, or the lack of burning, mostly just out. It was just out. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more like it.